In this session, we are going to learn about the operator overloading. So in C++, we can make operators to work for user-defined classes. This means the ability to provide the operators with a special meaning for data type. This ability is known as operator overloading. A particular operator you can use for many purposes. That is nothing but the operator overloading. For example, you can use overload and operator plus in a class like string so that we can concatenate two strings by using the plus operator. Normally this plus is used to do the addition of two numbers, but same operator is used to do the concatenation of the two strings. It is called as operator overloading. Operator overloading is a compile time polymorphism. Keep in mind, this operator overloading is called as compile time polymorphism because at the compile time, the compiler when to call that particular operator overloading method, in which operator is overloaded to provide special meaning to the user-defined data type. Operator overloading is used to overload or redefine most of the operators available in C++. It is used to perform operations on the user-defined data types. This operator overloading helps us to do the operations on the user-defined data types as per our need. For example, C++ provides the ability to add the variable of user-defined data type that is applied to a built-in data types. So this is one of the example. The advantage of operator overloading is to perform different operations on the same operand. This is the one of the advantage of operator overloading. We will see it with the help of demonstration and example. So which operators you can't overload? First is scope resolution operator. You can't overload the scope resolution operator. Then you can't overload the size of operator. This is actually a function. It is used to calculate the size. It is actually operand. It is also called as. You can't overload this. Then dot operator, that is the member selector. You can't overload this operator. Then pointer selection, that is asterisk. You can't overload this operator. And this ternary operator, question mark and colon, this is also not overloaded. Rest of the operators you can overload. So what is the syntax of? This is the one syntax to do the operator overloading. First is return type, next is class name, then scope resolution operator, then operator, and this is OP, nothing but the operator, and then argument list. So this is the signature of the operator overloading function. And then inside it you have to mention the body of the function, and then you can close the function. The operator overloading simply has one type of special function which is invoked when particular operator is used with the user defined data type. So again I am repeating, this is the syntax. First is return type, next is class name, then scope resolution operator, then operator which you have overloaded, that is plus, minus, plus, plus, minus, minus, and so on, and then argument list, and then you have to mention the body of the function. So this is the syntax. to declare the operator overloading function. So what are the rules for operator overloading? The existing operators can only be overloaded. Whatever operators are present, they can be overloaded, except already I have said those operators. But the new operators you cannot be overloaded. The overloaded operator contains at least one operand. Whatever you overloaded, it must contain at least one operand of the user-defined data type. We cannot use friend function to overload certain operators. However, the member function can be used to overload those operators. When unary operators are overloaded through a member function, no explicit arguments, but if they are overloaded by a friend function, takes one argument, at least one argument. Means when you are having the binary operators, it receives one argument. We will see this, what it means. When binary operators are overloaded through a member function, it takes one explicit argument, and if they are overloaded through a function, friend function, it takes two explicit arguments. Okay, this is with respect to friend function. Once it comes, we will learn it in detail. So how to overload operators in C++ programming? To overload an operator, a special operator function is defined inside a class. Okay, so this is the special function defined inside the class. So this is the function. This is our class name. You have to define inside the public. You have to mention this function, return type, operator symbol, and arguments. So this is called as special operator function. Special operator function. Open the bracket, close it. Here, a number of statements you can write as per your logic of the program, and you can perform the. Close the class. Here it is. The return type is the return type of the function. This return type is the return type of the function. It could be void, integer, float, and so on. It indicates the return type of the function. Then return type of the function is followed by operator keyword. This the operator is a keyword. In the keywords we have seen operator, it is a keyword, and this operator keyword is used to do the operator overloading. And then you have to mention the symbol, which are the symbol plus, less than, minus, plus plus. These are the different operators that you are going to overload. So symbol is operator that you want to overload. We can pass arguments to the operator function in similar way as functions. So with the help of demonstration, I am going to explain you how to do the operator overloading. So is this screen is visible? Code is visible? Yes, anyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is the demonstration of the operator overloading, how to do the operator overloading. Suppose I have mentioned this class test, and there is one variable integer count is equal to 6, and in the public I have mentioned this overloaded operator function. So this is the void is a return type, then operator is a keyword, and this is the symbol plus plus nothing but the increment operator, that is unary operator, and this is the function, and inside this function I have just incremented the count by count is equal to count plus 1. And there is a display function which will display the count of the value of the count variable. So this is the way to write the overloaded operator function. So inside the main I have created the object of test t, and then just I have mentioned t plus plus t. So look at this. We have this is the object, and we apply this plus plus operator to the object. Okay, plus plus normally is used to increment the value of the integer variable, but here it is t is not integer variable, it is an object, and this is used to increment the value of count. So once the compiler will encounter this plus plus t, it will look for overloaded operator. Automatically compiler will come to know that he has to invoke this operator function, and he has to execute the code present in this function. So it will increment the value of count by 1, and again in the next statement t dot display. So this display will print the value of the count variable. So see the output of the code. Compile it, successfully compiled, and then execute. Count is 7. Count is 7. So this is how we have incremented the value of the count variable, and this is how we have just overloaded the plus plus operator. This is plus plus operator is called as unary operator. It requires only one operand. Similarly, you can decrement the you can overload this minus minus. I'm going to write another function. So here it is. In this void operator, I'm going to change this plus plus to minus minus, and here it is. I'm going to decrement the value of count. Count is equal to count minus 1, and now I'm going to use this minus minus t, and I'm going to call it before this decrement the program. So what I did here, I have written two operator overloaded functions over here. One is for plus plus, one is for minus minus, and just I have called using this plus plus t and minus minus t. I'm going to compile it and check is there any error in your program. So t. So no post decrement operator for type. Error expected semicolon before t. So here it is. I have missed this semicolon over here. Just compile it. Now it is successfully compiled, and our code is correct. Now I'm going to execute the code. So this is the output of the code. Count 7, and then count 6. Now I'm going to make the changes in the code and you have to tell me the value of, suppose I have done here integer count is equal to 10. I have initialize count to 10 and I have just mentioned the t++. So what will be the output of the code? Anyone?
Error.
Why? There will not.
Operator does not.
Sorry. Yes, continue. Just compile the code. Just here it is, there are 0 errors and 0 warnings. There will not be any error message. Just compile now, execute it. You will get this output. Count 11 and count 11. Though you have written minus minus operator, overloaded this operator, but you have not called this one, there will not be any error message or warning message. Now tell me, if I suppose I mention only minus minus t, what will be the output?
Nine.
Yes, it will display 10 and 9 because you have called this display 2 times, before this minus minus operation and after this minus minus operation. I'm going to just mention over here endl. Ten and 9. So this is the way to overload the operator. This is called as operator overloading. And with the help of this operator overloading, you are achieving the polymorphism. What is meant by polymorphism? One thing is used for many purposes. It is called as polymorphism. So plus plus operator is used for incrementing the value of the variable, and it is also used to do some stuffs with the object by overloading it. Okay, so here it is, we have just incremented the value and decremented the value. One rule is, or one standard notation to overload the operator is, don't change the meaning of the operator. Means if you are doing using the plus plus operator, do some stuff inside this that will increment something. If you are using minus minus operator, do some stuff in this function to decrement something. So this is the standard notation to do make use of all these operators.